Cooper is packing his bags and leaves silently at night. He gets a call from his mother, but he doesn't pick it up. He boards a plane and tries to console a little girl who is scared. A fast forward shows him traveling around the world. While traveling in London, he matches up with Sonia, a technology journalist. He tells Sonia that he's already traveled Sydney, Thailand, India, Rome, and the entire Europe. He shows her a scar he got while running with the bulls in Spain. He is in London as the last leg of the trip. He's going back home next week. They sleep together. He gets a call from his mother, but again, doesn't pick. She creates some breakfast while he looks at all the games she has. He gets a call from his mother, but ignores it again. She tells him that he should just talk to her. He tells her that he was taking care of his dad back home, but he died last year from Alzheimer's. His dad was his best friend. But at the last stage of his life, he didn't even remember Cooper. But he doesn't have that kind of connection with his mom, so he doesn't know how to talk to her. That's why he went on this trip. He wants to talk to her, but in person, not on the phone. He goes to the ATM, but it says insufficient funds. He calls the customer service, but they are unable to help him. He thinks of calling his mom, but goes to Sonia instead. He tells her that he plans to do odd jobs on this app that he has been using throughout his trip. There's a job on the app to play test a game for a company called sci-fi-thriller. Sonia tells him that it is a really big company that makes horror games. She shows him a magazine with the owner, Shu Saito, on the front cover. He suggests that he'll try to get her an interview with Shu. She wants a photo instead of anything inside, since Shu and his company are super secretive. He agrees. Next day, he goes to the company's building and meets up with Katie. He looks at a lot of developers working on different kind of techs for the game company. Katie asks for his phone and anything else that he can send and receive anything. He hands her his phone and she turns it off. She gives him an NDA to sign and tells him that there is a small procedure involved. There's a page missing for the signature. She goes to fix the error. Once she's gone, he takes his phone, takes a photo, and sends it to Sonia. She returns back with the fixed paperwork. She tells him that the project is an AR game. She injects a small, mushroom-like thing in the back of his head. She places black round papers in front of him. She notes the time, 5:38 p.m. Just as she starts the procedure, he gets a call from his mom. She is confused because she turned the phone off. The procedure is complete. She asks him to watch the targets. The black papers sink into the table and create holes. A video game gopher comes out of one of the holes. She makes it more detailed. He tries to play with it. She asks him to give it a whack. He plays whack-a-mole in AR. He is able to whack it and win the game. She tells him this was just the test demo, and he should test the full experience. Should he accept, he'll also get more money. He accepts the offer. Katie takes him to Shu, the company's owner. Shu tells him that he makes horror games because he loves to make the player jump in fear. The hook is mushroomed to a wire to upload neural net package, an intelligence network that learns and adapts in real time. It'll monitor his brain activity to work out how to frighten him, and then adjust his experience accordingly. She notes the time, 6:17 p.m. She asks him to slowly stand up after the upload is complete. They take him to the Harlech Shadow house, the house replica from the horror game, Harlech Shadow. He just has to stay in the house alone until he is too scared to continue. She gives him an earpiece to be able to talk to him. She tells him that nothing he sees can physically harm him. She asks him a safe word so they can pull him out when it gets too intense. He says the word, stop. She leaves. He is roaming the house. He lights a fire in the fireplace and drinks some non-alcoholic wine. He is getting bored since he doesn't have his phone and there's no TV. He picks up a book to read. He notices a spider coming at him. Katie confirms that there's no spider. He kills the spider and it vanishes. Light starts flickering. He notices that painting on the wall keeps changing. He hears noises from the upper floor. He sees Josh Peters, his high school bully, in the house. He tells Katie that this non-alcoholic wine is really good. Katie tells him that he has started rambling. People talk more when they are afraid. He looks for some snacks in the cupboard. When he closes the cupboard, a giant spider appears. The spider has Peter's face on it. His earpiece stops working. There's a knock on the door. He opens the door to find Sonia, who tells him that he's in danger. He can't believe how real she looks. He touches her and finds her to be real. He believes that Katie sent her here to try and mess with him. Sonia tells him that Shu's patent for the brain mushroom got rejected because it was too dangerous. 5 people have disappeared in the last year, all tourists, and working on that same odd jobs app. She urges him to leave with her. Cooper wants to know how Sonia found him. She looked up the address of the game company. She tracked his phone GPS to this house. Cooper says his phone is a mile away in the company's building. She takes out a knife and tells him he lost his money because she cloned his cards while he was asleep. She drew his attention to this job. He turns around to get away from her, but the spider appears and stabs him in the chest. Sonia grabs him and tries to kill him. He throws her away. She jumps on top of him and stabs him with a knife. He sees Sonia's face, morphing into a red skull. Cooper impales it on the knife that Sonia stabbed him with. Cooper screams in pain. He notices everything gone back to normal. His earpiece starts working again. He tells Katie that he felt everything that was done to him. Kate says nothing he sees can harm him. It's all audio-visual. There's no physical sensation. He tells her to stop and pull him out. He tries to pull out the mushroom. But Katie tells him doing that could kill him. She tells him to get to the access point. She guides him to it, making him climb stairs to the next level. Katie wants him to go to the room on the left, but Cooper is afraid that it's gonna be his mom in there. He opens the door, and it's just a normal bedroom. He asks where's the access point. Katie says that there is no access point. She tells him that she brought him in this room to see if they have broken him enough to be able to follow instructions without question. Katie asks him about his mom, how she looks. She asks him more questions about his personal life, but he doesn't remember anything. Katie tells him that the mushroom is overwriting his memories. He looks in the mirror, and he doesn't even recognize himself. And soon he'll be just like his dad. He takes his earpiece out. But he still hears her voice. He starts screaming, and punches the mirror. He picks up a piece of the mirror, and tries to take the mushroom out. But the security arrives, and stops him. Katie arrives, and shuts down the mushroom. Katie tells Shu that she is not able to stop it. Cooper wants to go home. Katie says that mushroom had tendrils, like roots. And they've gone deeper than they were supposed to. It has taken over his whole brain, so she can't stop it anymore. And she can't remove it either. Cooper has forgotten everything at this point. Shu, on behalf of Cyto Game Team, apologizes to him. Shu tells his security team to put him with other test subjects. The security takes him away, while he keeps screaming to stop. Cooper wakes up in the room with Shu, this whole thing being his VR experience. Katie tells Shu that it was just 1 second. She says, either he is super vulnerable, or the software is still very powerful, jumping from 0 to 18,000 in 5 milliseconds. Shu apologizes to him, saying the experience shouldn't have been this strong. Cooper boards a plane back to New York. He goes home, and talks to his mother. She says she has to call him, and picks up the phone. She asks Cooper, why did Cooper go? Cooper tells her that he's right here. She is unable to recognize Cooper. It is then revealed that Cooper is still hooked up to the procedure from the start of the episode. He keeps screaming, Mom. His mom is calling his phone. The time is still 5:38 p.m. Shu arrives and asks Katie about it. Cooper switched his phone on before the procedure, and the signal from incoming call interfered with the upload sequence, lighting up every synapse in his brain, all at once, after which he died. This entire time, he kept screaming for his mother. They take his body away. The test duration is revealed to be 0.04 seconds. The episode ends with Katie noting down all the details of his death in their database. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.